More often than not, the information that you're looking to show in your form may be distributed over different database tables. Furthermore, it might be necessary for a user to make a selection in the form before related data can then be imported. In this tutorial, we will demonstrate how that might be managed using a type of linked integration. To save time, we've already set up a lookup triggered by the form user to select the customer. This lookup will also import the city and, importantly, the customer ID. The technique used to create a lookup is covered in another tutorial. Once a customer has been selected, we will trigger a second lookup to bring back all of the orders for that customer. This lookup will use the customer ID as a filter. We will trigger this background lookup just after the customer has been selected. The order numbers will be populated into a drop-down object. The only piece of information required is the order number, so in this example we don't need to populate the value of the order number drop-down, only the caption. The customer ID send parameter is the one that filters the data. It needs to be linked to the field where the customer ID will be found. The order ID is the data that we want returned to the caption of the dropdown. Also remember that the third checkbox will ensure that no order is pre-selected. Many orders will have more than one order line, so our next step will be to populate the table object with the individual order line data. That information will come from a separate table in the database. We can trigger this lookup when the order number is selected in the drop-down. The send parameter filter will be the order ID, and this is taken from the caption of the order number dropdown. And the data is then returned to the table object. This technique has also been demonstrated in a previous tutorial. All that remains now is to preview the form to see how the linked lookups work. Before we start, let's just see that the order number drop-down is currently blank. That doesn't get populated until a customer has been selected. So let's select a customer. And now select an order from the drop-down that will be populated with all of the orders for this client. The table is now populated with the individual order line details. If further information were required, then additional lookups could also be used.